Following this, we're shown the second narrative. The king and two elderly ladies, Ima and Dora, are the focus of this narrative. The king is an extremely lustful individual who is constantly surrounded by females. He drinks heavily all the time and is yet to locate his queen. With that being said, he possesses the influence and fortune to marry anyone he pleases. Later, we're introduced to two elderly sisters who reside near the palace. One of them is named Dora and the other is Ima. Dora is a shrewd and selfish woman, while Ima is straightforward. They hardly leave their house and are also unmarried. It's certain that they will die there alone, yet their voices sound incredibly pleasant and young. One morning, the king hears Dora singing and instantly gets smitten by her voice. As a result, he decides to meet her. Soon, the king approaches their door to get a glance of the woman. In his head, he thinks that Dora is young and beautiful. When he knocks on the door, the sisters start panicking, as they believe the king will get angry if he finds out about their appearance. After thinking for a while, they finally devise a plan, and Dora requests the king to come back after a week, so that she will be more comfortable. In the next scene, the sisters strive very hard to make their fingers look young and beautiful. Dora covers her fingers with herbs, but they still look like those of an elderly person. But on the other hand, Ima had put her finger in her mouth for many days, and as a result, it's looking quite good and young. Today, a week has passed, and it is the day for the king's visit. When the king arrives there, Dora shows Ima's finger instead of her own. Now the king is not able to hold his emotions and believes that he has found the love of his life. However, the sisters become more worried because if the king finds out about their truth, he will most likely terminate them. After a lot of thinking, Dora proposes a condition. She will sleep with the king only if there is total darkness, and the king agrees. In the next scene, Ima starts tightening Dora's body with glue so that it may feel like a young girl's body. At midnight, one of the guards from the temple comes to pick Dora up while there's darkness in the palace. The king sleeps with Dora, but in the morning he realizes that he spent the night with an old and ugly lady. Enraged, he orders his guards to throw Dora out of the window. Luckily, she survives the fall. In the jungle, Dora witnesses magic as a witch arrives there and finds her. With her powers, the witch changes Dora into a beautiful young lady with long hair. The next day, the king visits the jungle for hunting and falls in love with young Dora at first sight. He brings her to his castle and decides to make her the queen. Dora doesn't know how she turned into a young girl, but she remembers her sister Ima. She invites Ima to her wedding, who is still in disbelief about her new appearance. When Ima inquires about how she became young, Dora sarcastically replies that she peeled off her old skin. However, Ima considers it to be true and visits an ironsmith to peel her old skin in exchange for a necklace. The ironsmith appears to be more stupid than Ima. He takes her to the jungle, ties her against a tree, and removes all her skin. In the next scene, Ima returns to the castle in a fragile state, and she passes away soon. Elsewhere, the magic that turned Dora into a young girl doesn't last long. She starts to grow old as her skin begins to fold. When she realizes that she's turning old, she runs away from the castle. The narrative ends on a sad note as Dora transforms into her older self completely.